finest public servants I know, but also one of the finest gentlemen that I know. Please give it up for your own governor, Tim Kaine. You know, Tim was one of the first to endorse us in this unlikely journey. We stood on the steps in Richmond, the seat of the old Confederacy, and it signified so much for him to be there, the governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I'm so grateful to him and Ann, his wife, and his kids, for all their friendship and support. In the same way, I'm grateful for your former governor, soon to be one of the greatest United States senators in our history. Give it up for Mark Warner. Mark is somebody who I think is an example of looking forward, not looking back, who understands we've got to leave some of the old arguments behind, bring the country together. And he has taught me a lot, and I'm grateful for his support. I'm also grateful for the support of Congressman Bobby Scott, who's been an outstanding advocate on behalf of his district and working people all across the country. To Judy Fetter, the Democratic nominee for U.S. Representative from the 10th District. We look forward to seeing Judy serving in the House. To Jerry Conley, Democratic nominee from the 11th CD. We look forward to seeing him in the House as well. But most of all, I want to thank all of you. I know that because of some traffic getting into Dulles, we were a little bit delayed. For all of you to stay here on a school night,
I'm not going nowhere.
and let's face it, it's not going to be that much fun getting out of here.
It's okay.
For you to make this sacrifice on our behalf is just extraordinary. And I hope that same determination and grit you take in tomorrow, because it may be raining, the lines may be long, we're going to have record turnout, but I know Virginia's ready to bring about change in America.
Although you're so far away and the light is kind of messing up the picture.
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
Let me start by noting, Virginia, that this is our last rally. This is the last rally of a campaign that began nearly 2 years ago. We've gone to every corner of this country. From here in northern Virginia to the rocky coast of Maine, from the open plains of Texas to the open skies of Montana. I just want to say that whatever happens tomorrow, I have been deeply humbled by this journey. You have welcomed Michelle and me and the girls into your homes. You shared your stories of struggle. You've spoken of your dreams. Along the way, in talking with all of you about your own lives, you've enriched my life. You have moved me again and again. You have inspired me. Sometimes when I'm down, you've lifted me up. You filled me with new hope for our future. And you've reminded me about what makes America so special. In the places I've gone and the people I've met, I've been struck again and again by the fundamental decency and generosity and dignity of men and women who work hard without complaint to meet their responsibilities every day. I've come away with an unyielding belief that if we only had a government that was as responsible as all of you, as compassionate as the American people, then there's no obstacle we can't overcome. There's no destiny we cannot fulfill. So, Virginia, I just have one word for you. Just one word. Tomorrow. Decades of broken politics in Washington, 8 years of failed policy policies from George Bush. 21 months of campaigning. We are less than one day away from bringing about change in America.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, you can turn the page on policies that put greed and irresponsibility before hard work and sacrifice. Tomorrow, you can choose policies that invest in our middle class, create new jobs, grow this economy so everybody has a chance to succeed. Not just the CEO, but the secretary, the janitor. Not just the factory owner, but the men and women who work the factory floors. Tomorrow you can put an end to the politics that would divide a nation just to win an election. It pits region against region, city against town, Republican against Democrat. That asks us to fear at a time when we need to hope. Tomorrow, at this defining moment in history, Virginia, you can give this country the change that we need. It starts here in Virginia. It starts here in Manassas. Here's where change begins. We began this journey in the depths of winter on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois. Like Manassas, there's a lot of history there. Abraham Lincoln served there for many years. Back then, we didn't have much money or many endorsements. We weren't given much of a chance by the polls or the pundits. We knew this was going to be a steep climb. But I also knew this. I knew that the size of our challenges had outstripped the capacity of a broken politics to solve. I was certain that Americans in every political stripe were hungry for new ideas, new leadership, a new kind of politics, one that favors common sense over ideology, one that focuses on those values and ideals that we hold in common as Americans. I was convinced that when we come together, our voices are more powerful than the most entrenched lobbyists, or the most vicious political attacks, or the full force of a status quo in Washington that wants to keep things just the way they are. And that's how we've come so far, so close. That's how you end up with 100,000 people on Monday night. This happened because of you. That's how we're going to change this country, because of you. And that's why in these last 21 hours we can't afford to slow down or sit back or let up 1 minute, 1 second, not 1 moment. Even if it rains tomorrow, you can't let that stop you. You've got to wait in line. You've got to vote. You've got to take your friends, take your neighbors. We can't stop, not now, not when there's so much at stake. We are going to change America, Virginia, starting tomorrow. Crisis since the Great Depression. 760,000 workers have lost their jobs so far this year. Businesses and families can't get credit, home values are falling, foreclosures are rising. Pensions are disappearing. It's harder to make a mortgage, or fill up your gas tank, or even pay the bills at the end of the month. So at a moment like this, the last thing we can afford is 4 more years of the same old, tired, worn-out economic theories that say as long as we give more and more to billionaires and millionaires and big corporations, prosperity will somehow trickle down on everybody else. The last thing we can afford is 4 more years of deregulation in the healthcare industry and the financial services industry so that consumers don't have basic protections and we put the entire economic system at risk. These are the economic theories that got us into this mess. They have not worked. It is time for a change. And that's why I'm running for president of the United States of America.